Bitcoin is right now still exactly trading in this massive consolidation phase it has been right now trading in for 38 days here. And right now we are creating another CME gap. And just like previous weekend with the CME gap, we had a perfect prediction on how it played out here. And that is probably going to be happening exactly the same over this weekend as well here. And the next major event in the market right now is definitely going to be the inauguration date for the US president, which is Trump. And the last time this happened in 2017 here, we saw a major continuation rally after that really happening. So right now, with a potential plan of creating a US Bitcoin treasury, it could be definitely be extremely bullish whenever this is going to be happening. So a lot of things will be getting discussed on today's update video, including the ETF data, the most important data points right now flipping and signaling here on the Bitcoin market right now here. There are some interesting levels to be seeing here, especially on the Coinbase Premium, indicating and showcasing there is a lot of panic right now in the market, and I'm going to be discussing it on today's update video. So don't forget to once again snap up that like button. Back above 1,000 likes will be highly appreciated. There's a lot of information I will be discussing on today's update video, so don't forget to once again snap up that like button. Back above 1,000 likes will be highly appreciated. And with start of the video, I want to be discussing, of course, the Bitcoin CME gap, which is this weekend around trading around 94,286 US dollars. And honestly, if we're looking at last weekend's prediction, we just said, okay, we create a massive CME gap above us, and we're expecting that within 2 days approximately, we're going to fill up the gap. And that is exactly what happened. And just like the previous week before that, we created the CME gap, and of course, Bitcoin went towards the upside. And then just days later, we once again come down to fill up the gap here. So 90% of the times, whenever Bitcoin creates a big gap on the top side or either on the lower side, we're going to be filling it up. So either if Bitcoin is going to see a big pump, we're likely going to come back here, or if Bitcoin is going to see a big dump, we're also likely going to come back towards the CME close price. So very important to understand how that works, and that is of course a little bit how we are going to be approaching this weekend. Then on the bigger perspective, how I'm also going to be approaching the weekend is of course this major level of support trading below us. I mean, we can clearly see here this 92,000 US dollar level is being previously around providing massive amounts of support for Bitcoin. You can see here flipped into resistance first 2 times, and then after that it flipped into support here as well. Major support, major support, major support. And if we do potentially break below this level, then of course I would definitely be extremely worried. So this is of course the most important support trend I am seeing right now on Bitcoin. We're consolidating in this minor consolidation phase, in this bigger consolidation phase of course, and here we're basically looking at that 93,000 US dollar level as major support and that 100k level as major resistance. So those are the 2 levels I'm currently looking at. And honestly guys, the next major big event here, just like I said in the intro, is going to be the inauguration of the US president, which is of course going to be Trump, since he has got elected. And honestly, this is going to be of course a major event here. And last time around here in 2017 here, we saw a major rally higher. And right now with the things he's been stating about Bitcoin, that he will be creating a US Bitcoin treasury, if he is really going to be doing so after he is of course in office, it would be of course massive for the Bitcoin price here. Honestly, if he really is going to be doing that, I won't be surprised to see the Bitcoin price shoot up towards 150,000 US dollars. And of course, there are going to be way more chain reactions happening at that point as well here. That will mean that MicroStrategy is of course going to be worth way more. So they can be buying more Bitcoin, and they will probably be going in towards the S&P 500 at that point. And then of course, we're going to get a major chain reaction, not only from of course the US government, but all the other governments around the world, China, Europe, they will be forced to also be buying Bitcoin. So that is going to be a very bullish thing if that would be happening. So let's see if that is going to be playing out here. But honestly, if that does play out here, it is going to be meaning something huge for the entire market. And it will be, in my opinion, not really a ceiling for Bitcoin anymore if that really happens. So we're also seeing right here on this chart the MVRV Z score that clearly this bull market, we've not seen this blow off top yet here. And that is why I remain to believe that right now this cycle is not over. And honestly, if you're looking at the daily time frame, you can see that really Bitcoin hasn't really seen such a significant correction yet here. And if Bitcoin were to be coming down ever so slightly more, it would of course create more panic, but it wouldn't necessarily freak me out here that it is all going to be over. So Bitcoin is just in a bigger perspective, still in a major uptrend. And yeah, we're just seeing an ever so slight consolidation right now before probably we are going to be heading higher. And like I've stated many times before, Christmas is over right now here. But during Christmas and after Christmas is really where we tend to see the most exponential growth here. I mean, this is clearly what the data is stating us. After Christmas, we tend to see the most amount of growth here. And like 2016, after Christmas, we saw, of course, some days of consolidation, and then the rally just continued higher again here. So very important information to look at. Then talking quickly about the ETF data, we saw BlackRock buying a little bit, $20 million worth of Ethereum yesterday. On the Bitcoin ETF, they bought about $80 million, which was once again not particularly speaking a big buy here. And in general, we saw another outflow of about $300 million here. Honestly, the last few weeks have been a little bit more difficult for the Ethereum ETF and the Bitcoin ETF here. But still, if you're just looking at the bigger trend of it all, we are still looking very strong here. And talking about having a little bit of a struggle, maybe this is one of the reasons for it, because we can see right now on the Coinbase premium that there is a very massive negative premium, which means that basically a lot of people are getting rid of their Bitcoins. And that is actually a thing you tend to be seeing in bear markets, not necessarily in bull markets. And that is maybe telling you something about the sentiment which we are currently having in the market. And that is ultimately actually a very good opportunity, because always whenever we are seeing the premium being so negative, it is a great time to be scaling in towards the market. And right now, again, here on the monthly time frame, we're creating somewhat of a dodgy candle here. And look what happened every single time on the monthly time frame. Every single time we create a dodgy candle, we basically saw a major continuation happening the month after that. So I'm very excited. I truly hope it's going to be playing out. But one thing is for certain, I've discussed it many times before. Yeah, it's really January where usually the very crazy gains tend to come here. December is a very expensive month for many people, so they're not really going to be buying all too much Bitcoin. And usually after Christmas, that is where really that next rally is usually starting to take place here on the market. But really, if you're just looking at all these data points, it does not make a lot of sense that Bitcoin is going to be topping out right now here. And honestly, I've also discussed this on the weekly time frame, but if I'm going to be looking at the Bitcoin halving cycle profit indicator, it really clearly shows us that indeed we're going to be going at a certain point that we should say, okay, now is a good time to be taking profit, because now, according to the cycle, we could be starting to top out. But now, at this moment of time, we're not in that part of the cycle yet here. And whenever we're going to be in this part of the cycle, I will be letting you know as first on the channel, because it's going to be starting somewhere from the 3rd week of January. So we still have some time left there. And for sure, me as well, I will be taking some profits off the table whenever that is going to be happening here. So very excited for that. And guys, if you want to be trading Bitcoin or any altcoins, I think that really right now, with the market being down, with the premium also being down so heavily, there is right now a major opportunity to not only trade Bitcoin, but also many other altcoins. And if you are interested in trading yourself, don't forget to check it out in the link description of today's video, because if you right now want to get an account on Blofin, you can claim a deposit bonus worth up towards $100,000, which is of course quite an insane deposit bonus if you would ask me here. And if you right now sign up account using that highest link below, you could be claiming that insane deposit bonus. So without any further ado, if you're interested in trading, check it out over there. But diving further in towards the video, I want to be talking about the Bitcoin dominance chart here. And honestly, the Bitcoin dominance chart is right now, in terms of timing, at the exact moment where it should be reversing. And history doesn't necessarily always exactly repeat, but it often tends to be rhyming. And that is why I am positioning myself very heavily into towards altcoins. We see that, of course, we first saw that first altcoin pump, then a slight little correction. And now what we should be getting here, since we're seeing the next rejection taking place here, is the full-on altcoin season. That is really what the expectation is right now here. And usually during Q1, after a halving cycle, we tend to see the best performance in altcoins. So very excited for that. Hopefully it's going to be playing out exactly like it has before. That is really a thing I'm currently looking forward to. So we can see also over here, market cap USDT dominance. As soon as the USDT dominance is going to be dropping again here, it is going to indicate we're going to be once again seeing some more money flowing back in towards altcoins. Currently, we're still sitting around 4% in the market. So there's a lot of USDT on the sideline still here, compared to 2020 where it was like a 1.4% here. So there's a lot of stable supply left to jump on the market, and that ultimately is going to be providing and signaling a major altcoin season. Then here as well we see that the total crypto market Then here as well, we can see that the total crypto market cap here is breaking out above its highs right now here. And all the charts are basically indicating us here, left to right, that it should be starting somewhere right here. That's at least what the data is telling us, and that is why I'm so excited about it. And that is why I've personally also opened up a lot of trades, not only on ETH, but also on many other altcoins. And Ethereum is currently still in the middle of this consolidation phase. It had this major uptrend right here, major downtrend. We broke above it, flipped it into support, and now we should be bouncing back higher. And if you're also looking at Bitcoin in the previous cycles, usually it is Q4 where Bitcoin takes the shine here in a halving year, and then the year after in Q1 is where Ethereum takes the best performance out of everything. And yeah, if that were to be happening again here, we could be in for an extremely excited 3 months here for not only ETH, but of course the entire altcoin market cap. And that is of course a great thing to see. And you can see it also from this data point that this is true here, but this is of course the chart put in perspective. So this was it for me in today's video. If you did learn something from it, subscribe to the channel, slap on that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.